You guys remember the barge, don't you? Yeah, the Bibby Stockholm one. Well, the Home Office are facing a legal challenge. I'm going to read into this exclusive from Byline Times, guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here with an exclusive from Byline Times with the headline that the Home Office faces a legal challenge against appalling use of Bibby Stockholm Barge to house refugees. Human beings do not belong in barges or camps. The correct way to house people is to house them in communities. Rightly said. A Labour mayor has launched a legal challenge to the Home Secretary Suella Braverman's use of the Bibby Stockholm Barge to accommodate around 500 male asylum seekers at Portland Port in Dorset without obtaining planning permission. Wait, what? Wait, they didn't have planning permission. The government did not have planning permission. Oh. That's that's not good. Carralyn Parkes is a Portland town councillor and the mayor of Portland. Bit is acting in a personal capacity as a local resident. Dorset Council and Portland Port Limited have backed the claim as an interested parties, meaning they will have the opportunity to make submissions, file evidence and participate in the case. It comes after the deadly legionella strain was found onboard the Bibby Stockholm. It was detected on the first day people boarded on August 7th of August, which officials evacuated all 39 people on board that day, The Guardian reported. Parkes is asking the court to declare that the Home Office use of the barge as asylum accommodation is capable of constituting development under the Town or Country Planning Act 1990. And therefore it may amount to a breach of the planned control and possible enforcement action by Dorset Council. I mean, like let's be realistic here. Like they didn't have planning permission according to what they're stating here. We also had the the fire of health and safety fire people basically saying that it was not deemed safe as well. And they basically claimed it as left-wing fire unions trying to bring us down, sort of thing. And it's just like it's not a suitable accommodation. What part of this do you not understand? Like this is what people are trying to tell the Home Secretary, the Home Office. Like this is not a suitable accommodation for these asylum seekers. Like, what part of this do they not understand how this is going to work? And you know what the worst thing is? We're going to end up, if this legal challenge is proved successful and all that kind of stuff, and it comes up to costing money, guess who's going to pay for it? Yeah, that's right, we're going to pay for it, us taxpayers. Her claims argue that the Home Office is attempting the technical wheeze of using a boat as an asylum accommodation in order to circumvent normal planning rules, which would apply if the barge was instead installed on land. That's true. And the barge is basically, it's not like it's going to move, it's going to stay where it is as well, isn't it? Well, at least that's what we think anyway. As a result, local residents' ability to raise objections to the barge and its use in Portland via their local authority is severely hampered. Her legal team says it also places the barge outside the reach of important legal protections such as limits on overcrowding. Carralyn Parkes told Byline Times, in the 21st century it's appalling to think that we've even considered housing the most vulnerable people in the world on a barge. The accommodation is wholly unsuitable. If the government had put this through a planning procedure, I'm convinced it would have been denied, as the port is a closed area. She added that infrastructure in Portland is now stretched to breaking point while the barge was originally produced for 220 people. Now they're talking about 500 people. It's completely overcrowded and there's no fire safety certificate, Parkes said. Yeah, you ain't got a fire safety certificate. It's terrible to think that our country would do something like this to vulnerable people and to ride roughshod over communities. Human beings do not belong in barges or camps. The correct way to house people is to house them in communities. Well said. Portland is not averse to housing asylum seekers. It's the actual conditions of housing asylum seekers on the barge that is appalling. Yes, the conditions are not suitable for the people, and that's the main crux of the issue here. After she thought the legal challenge stood a strong chance, she said, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it's a chance of being successful. I'm a private individual taking this on board. It's a huge and daunting task to take on a whole mechanism of the state, the Home Secretary and the Home Office. While she is launching the legal challenge as a private individual rather than a Labour mayor, she added she has support from Labour colleagues locally. Parkes also argued that the Home Office has not complied with the environmental impact assessment duties. An appraisal branded inadequate by campaigners was only conducted after asylum seekers had been moved onto the barge and several months after the Home Office had declared its intentions of using the barge for that purpose. The claim also argues that the Home Office had not complied with its public sector equalities duty under the Equalities Act 2010, which includes prohibition and discrimination on the basis of race and a duty to foster good relations between those who share a protective characteristics such as race and those who do not. Parkes and her team argued that the Equalities Impact Assessment conducted only days before the barge came into use is woefully inadequate as it failed to consider the impact of the barge operation in rationalising its far-right extremism or the equalities impact of the segregating rather than integrating asylum seekers into their communities. Spokesperson for the dereliction Pierce Gling Solicitors said, "Our client is taking a brave stance against the Home Office attempts to circumvent important planning rules and protections to use of the Bibby Stockholm Barge to accommodate vulnerable asylum seekers. She's asking the court to rule that proper procedures should have followed and that local people and authorities should be given the opportunities to have their say." Carralyn Parkes is represented by Diligence Pierce Gling Solicitors. She's continuing to crowdfund to cover her legal costs and to cover the risks that her costs are awarded against her. So far, Parkes has raised more than £20,000. The next step is for the defendant, the Home Office, and the interested parties, Dorset Council and Port Limited, to respond if they wish to do so. The deadline is 4th of October. After that, the court will make a decision on whether Parkes has permission for her judicial review. Yeah, this is interesting challenge. Will it make a difference? I mean, it would be publicly humiliating if it was to be if this legal challenge was ended up to be successful. But at the end of the day, it's not like it's going to come out of Suella Braverman's wages or anything like that. The Home Office's wages. No, it's going to come out of us, the taxpayer. We're going to end up coughing up for this all at the end of the day. It's frustrating, but at the same time, it's like, well, what else? They've got to highlight this as big as possible. That this place is not safe for these asylum seekers. It's not safe for them. And the Home Office don't care, guys. The Home Office does not care. The Home Secretary does not care. They will do absolutely anything and everything to make it look like that they're making a difference to the immigration and asylum seekers, which they are doing an absolute god-awful job of doing, as we are all very aware. But what do you make of this legal challenge? Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of it. Like, share and subscribe as always. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.